Don't play with it, don't be dishonest. Ay, still not understanding.
Hey guys, it's Heaven. Welcome back to my mom's YouTube channel of Quinn and Cass, and today's video, as you already seen by the title, is a college tour. So as you've seen, this first tour is UMKC, and we actually filmed this back in April. So it was one of the very first colleges that we toured and we went to, and as you see, we're walking in. And then here is me taking pictures before we went into the overview, the presentation. And the presentation went great. It told us about UMKC and what it has to offer. And then now we're just walking to the actual tour. Now we are about to head outside, and the tour guide took us on a journey through the whole campus and told us a lot about it. So now that we got inside, this is the building where it has a lot of the gyms and a workout area for all the students. And the gyms are for like sports and practices, and where you can just go to do whatever your sport or just hang out and work out. Now, the building to the left of us is where all of the food and everything is, and where the hangout area is. But we'll get to that in a minute once we go inside. Now we're about to head into a building to see all the dorm rooms and where we're going to be staying. One thing about the dorm rooms, as you'll see what we get into, but the part here, the tour guide was explaining a lot of the security that goes through with walking into your dorm, walking into the building. You have to like swipe a card, and then when we actually go and see one of the dorm rooms to see what it looks like, you can have a roommate with you, but you can also choose to be by yourself, but you have to be on a wait list. As I was saying earlier, this is where you can hang out, get food, and there's a bunch of stuff you can do there. In a minute, there's also a place where you can get help with like electronics, you can get help with books and all that, and just get whatever you need for school. And it was nice because I can choose to work there at college and not have to really go anywhere else. There's like a Starbucks, Chick-fil-A, and all that. Now we are on to Mizzou, and this was filmed May 3rd. And I brought my grandma, my papa, and obviously my mom and I went. So this is my papa driving us there. We're getting close to there. And at this point, we were just driving around town and seeing everything. Now, before we get into Mizzou, let me talk about UMKC. UMKC was good because everything was local, everything was around. I didn't mention there was a grocery store, like not that far from the campus, and so it was nice to see that. And now Mizzou. We're getting to Mizzou. It was great. It's a huge campus. You will see by all the clips and everything that it is a huge campus. But right now we're heading to the Alumni Center where we get checked in and get started with the overview. I'm sorry. Now, it was very cool walking into the Alumni Center because of all of the Mizzou merch that they have right up at the door, and the tiger, and where you can take pictures and all the plaques. And it was very, very cool to see all that, and it was very nice. There's Papa taking a picture, and then yeah, we were just waiting around and just taking pictures and hanging out for a bit before we went upstairs.
Real quick. Okay, elevator. Yeah.
Now that the presentation was over, now we were going to head to the School of Journalism for their presentation and see what they have to offer. But as we're walking, the presentation went great. It explained a lot, like the tuition, the benefits, and about the community and what they have to offer. And it was amazing to hear from the guy that presented and just explain everything in detail, answer our questions. And yeah. And as we were walking, we kind of took a look around and see the campus. We didn't see all of it just yet, but we were just looking around and seeing different buildings and knowing how huge it is, how big it is, and just... Okay, so now we're at the School of Journalism. When we walked in, they greeted us and we got a shirt and a couple other things before we went upstairs. And here we are in the room. What is playing now on the screen is a School of Journalism intro video, and it was nice to know about that. And we also went through the presentation, told us a lot about it, and it was very interesting, very good to see, because it is something I'm interested, as I've stated a lot before. And it was just very, very, very exciting to go to the School of Journalism. Now we are going through the entire School of Journalism and just to look around. Upcoming here, there's going to be some posters, and those posters are the different films that students have made in the School of Journalism, and that have been presented in festivals and everything. And it was very cool to see because that's something I want to do someday. And it was very, very cool to see that their work has been shown to the world. One thing I want to talk about that we're going to go past is the study abroad programs. We actually got to talk to the guy that was running it, and he was explaining how there's a bunch of programs you can do to study abroad, but then there's ones where you can just visit and experience the culture. And I thought that was amazing because that is something I would probably like to do, is like to travel and also work at the same time. Now, this building right here we're about to walk into is a building where they do a lot of the broadcasting and stuff there, where they do a lot of like writing, doing the newspaper, and writing a lot of the news that happens around the world. And that is all their tables, all their equipment that they use to make good stories. So this is the student center we're about to head into. It's where all the students go to essentially hang out, have food, and just get things that they need. There's a market in there. There is a Mizzou store in there that we went to shop, that we got some stuff. And yeah, it's just a place where you can just have everything you need. There's a bank in there. You can get packages from there. You can get your mail from there. You can get everything, and there's literally everything you can get in there, and it was so fun to see. And yeah. Before we end the video, I just wanted to say my pros and cons of UMKC and Mizzou. Starting off with the cons, I'm only starting off like this is because I don't really have any cons, to be honest, about either one of them. I think they're both great, and they're both good for me. Either way I go, I think it'll be great. So, but the pro for UMKC first is that, a couple of them, is that It's local, everything is right there where you need it to be, and not that far away from home. They have a good community, it's diverse, and they have really good security. They make sure that all the students and staff are safe, and I can always work there. I can just do a whole bunch of stuff that is still around the college and where I'm still like by home. And then some pros for Mizzou is that the same thing that it is it is safe, and the community is great and it is diverse. It's only a 2-hour drive. It isn't that bad. I can still go home and, all that. But they had a lot more because of the huge campus. And with the School of Journalism, I think that's a good place for me to go because it has a lot of opportunities you can get from it. And I think that is just best suited for my career choice. Um, and everything else, down to the dorms, down to the um, community, down to everything that I would need, I feel like both of them are really good either way. But it's just a matter of where I want to go for my career and what I feel most comfortable and what I most like. So with that being said, I really like both colleges. I really do think I might go with Mizzou. I'm going to start applying. And thank you guys for watching. And we will catch you in the next video.